Some bands were circling the drain until the right drummer showed up. These are 15 drummers who saved dying bands. Number 15. Alan White. When Yes lost founding drummer Bill Bruford to King Crimson in July 1972, right as they were recording their most ambitious album yet. The band was scheduled to tour Close to the Edge across Europe and America in just weeks. Session drummer Alan White got the call with only 3 days to learn the entire Yes catalog. White later recalled, "I had to learn 2.5 hours of music in 3 days, including 20-minute epics like Close to the Edge." White not only saved the tour, he became Yes's longest-serving drummer, anchoring the band through their most commercially successful period. Albums like Tales from Topographic Oceans and Going for the One featured White's powerful, precise drumming. But here's the thing, Yes wasn't really dying. They were already successful and had momentum. White sustained them through lineup changes rather than saving them from extinction. Still, his contribution over 4 decades cannot be understated. Number 14. Paul Bostaph. When Dave Lombardo left Slayer in 1992 over a money dispute, the band faced a serious problem. Lombardo wasn't just their drummer, he was considered one of the greatest metal drummers ever. Bostaph stepped in for the Divine Intervention album in 1994, bringing ferocious double bass work and technical precision that kept Slayer brutal and relevant. Bostaph's drumming on tracks like Dittohead and Circle of Beliefs proved Slayer could survive without Lombardo. His second stint with the band from 2013 to 2019 further cemented his importance. But was Slayer really dying? Not exactly. They were already thrash legends with a devoted fan base. Bostaph kept them dangerous, but he didn't save them from obscurity. Guitarist Kerry King said, "Paul saved our asses twice, but Slayer's legacy was already secure." Number 13. Mark Zonder. By 1987, Fates Warning was a cult metal band going nowhere. Drummer Steve Zimmerman's straightforward style limited their potential. The band was one album away from breaking up or being dropped by their label. Enter Mark Zonder, a progressive metal drummer who could handle complex time signatures and dynamic shifts. Zonder's first album with the band, 1988's No Exit, was a complete transformation. Suddenly, Fates Warning sounded like nobody else in metal. Zonder's technical precision on albums like Perfect Symmetry established them as the pinnacle of progressive metal, before Dream Theater passed them in mainstream popularity. Metal Hammer wrote, "Zonder didn't just join Fates Warning, he redefined what they could be." The problem? Most people have never heard of Fates Warning. Zonder saved them from complete obscurity and turned them into a cult favorite, but they never broke through to mainstream success. Number 12. Carter Beauford. Dave Matthews was a struggling singer-songwriter playing solo gigs in Charlottesville, Virginia in 1991. His jazzy, eclectic songs weren't connecting with audiences. Everything changed when he recruited drummer Carter Beauford, a virtuoso jazz player who had been performing professionally since childhood. Matthews later admitted, "Without Carter, there is no Dave Matthews Band, period." Beauford's intricate, polyrhythmic drumming became the foundation of DMB's sound. His ability to blend jazz fusion, funk, and rock created something completely unique in the alternative scene. The band's 1994 major label debut, Under the Table and Dreaming, went quadruple platinum. DMB became one of the highest-grossing touring acts in history. But here's the catch. This wasn't a dying band. This was the formation of a new band. Beauford was essential from day one, but you can't save something that doesn't exist yet. Number 11. Steve Smith. Journey had already hired singer Steve Perry by the time drummer Steve Smith joined in 1978, and that's what really mattered. The band was still searching for their identity when founding drummer Ainsley Dunbar wanted to play heavy, progressive rock, while the label wanted radio hits. The tension was building. Dunbar was fired, and fusion drummer Steve Smith got the call. Smith brought technical chops from his jazz background, but was willing to serve the song. His powerful, precise drumming anchored Journey's transformation into a pop-rock juggernaut. Escape went to number 1 in 1981. Frontiers followed in 1983. Smith's drumming on Don't Stop Believin' and Separate Ways became iconic. But the truth is, Steve Perry had already saved Journey before Smith arrived. Smith was there for the ride to the top, but the band was already headed in the right direction. He didn't save them. He helped them reach their peak. Before we continue, which save shocked you the most so far? These are just the warm-up acts. Drop a comment and let us know where you're watching from today. Number 10. Mikkey Dee. When Motörhead fired drummer Filthy Animal Taylor in 1992 for deteriorating performances, the band's future looked uncertain. Taylor's primitive pounding had been integral to Motörhead's sound for 15 years. Swedish drummer Mikkey Dee joined and immediately elevated everything. Lemmy Kilmister said, "Mikkey made us young again. We were getting old and tired, and suddenly we were dangerous." Dee's technical precision and stamina allowed Motörhead to play faster and longer than ever. He anchored the band through their final 23 years, appearing on 10 studio albums. After Lemmy died in 2015, Dee joined Scorpions and saved them too, replacing their longtime drummer James Cotta. Metal Hammer declared, "Mickey D is the only drummer to save two legendary bands." But here's the reality. Motörhead was always more legendary than commercially successful. They were never dying, just aging. Dee rejuvenated them, but they weren't on death's door. Number 9. Cozy Powell. When Ritchie Blackmore left Deep Purple in 1975 to form Rainbow, the project started slowly. Their debut album was essentially Blackmore's backing band Elf with guitar solos added. They barely toured. Critics were skeptical. Then Blackmore fired everyone except singer Ronnie James Dio and hired drummer Cozy Powell in 1975. Powell's thunderous, dramatic style elevated Rainbow considerably. Rising in 1976 established them as a force in hard rock. Long Live Rock and Roll in 1978 became a classic. Powell's playing on Stargazer and Gates of Babylon set new standards for hard rock drumming. Classic Rock magazine declared, "Cozy Powell made Rainbow matter." But was Rainbow really dying? Not exactly. The band was brand new, just finding its footing. Powell helped them reach their potential rather than saving them from extinction. Still, his impact was undeniable. Number 8, Nick Menza. Megadeth fired founding drummer Gar Samuelson in 1987 during the So Far, So Good, So What sessions. Samuelson's jazz fusion style had been integral to Megadeth's complex thrash sound. The band auditioned dozens of drummers. Nothing worked. Dave Mustaine was frustrated, and the band's future looked uncertain. Then 19-year-old Nick Menza walked in and changed everything. Menza's precision and power anchored Rust in Peace in 1990, widely considered Megadeth's masterpiece and one of the greatest thrash albums ever recorded. Countdown to Extinction followed in 1992, giving Megadeth their first platinum album. Menza appeared on 5 consecutive Megadeth records during their creative and commercial peak. Guitar World wrote, "Losing Gar Samuelson should have killed Megadeth. Nick Menza made them immortal instead." This was a legitimate save. Megadeth was in crisis mode, and Menza pulled them through to their greatest work. We're halfway through, and the saves keep getting more legitimate. Which drummer deserves more recognition? Let us know in the comments what band you think wouldn't exist without their drummer. Number 7, Taylor Hawkins. Dave Grohl formed Foo Fighters as a solo project in 1994, playing all the instruments himself in the studio. When he took the band on the road, he hired session drummers while fronting from guitar. It wasn't working. Grohl was spread too thin, trying to sing and play guitar while the drum throne kept rotating. The band lacked identity and energy. Everything changed when Taylor Hawkins joined in 1997. Hawkins' powerful, dynamic drumming freed Grohl to become a true frontman. Suddenly, Foo Fighters looked and sounded like a legitimate rock band, not Dave Grohl's side project. The Color and the Shape featuring Hawkins went platinum. Every album after became a multi-platinum success. Rolling Stone wrote, Taylor Hawkins transformed Foo Fighters from a one-man band into a generational rock act. Without Hawkins behind the kit, Foo Fighters might have remained a curiosity in Grohl's post-Nirvana career instead of becoming stadium headliners. This was a real save, turning a struggling project into rock royalty. Number 6. Vinny Appice. Black Sabbath fired Ozzy in 1979 and hired Ronnie James Dio to front the band. The gamble paid off with Heaven and Hell becoming a massive success. Then drummer Bill Ward's substance abuse issues threatened to derail everything just as the band was finding its footing with Dio. The band needed someone who could handle Dio's operatic power and Tony Iommi's crushing riffs while the world watched skeptically. Vinny Appice got the call in 1980. Appice's double bass drumming redefined Black Sabbath's sound for a new generation. His first album with the band, Mob Rules in 1981, proved Sabbath could continue without their original rhythm section.
You listen to fools, the mob rules.
He followed Dio out of Sabbath and helped form Dio's solo band, then returned to Sabbath multiple times over the decades. Guitar World wrote, Vinny didn't just replace Bill Ward, he gave Sabbath a completely new foundation. Eight different drummers played with Sabbath after Ward left. Only Appice made fans forget about the original lineup and kept the legend alive. Number 5. Phil Collins. When Peter Gabriel quit Genesis in 1975, the band faced extinction. Genesis had built their entire reputation on Gabriel's theatrical vocals and stage presence. The label was ready to drop them. The remaining members held auditions for 6 months. 400 singers tried out. Nobody worked. The band was weeks from breaking up. Finally, drummer Phil Collins suggested he could sing and play drums simultaneously. Everyone was skeptical. Collins proved them all wrong. A Trick of the Tail in 1976 was a commercial and critical success.
And she shakes her head as if to say,
Collins's vocals were different from Gabriel, but just as powerful. The band's commercial peak came after Collins took over, with albums like Invisible Touch selling millions worldwide. Rolling Stone wrote, Phil Collins didn't just save Genesis from breaking up, he made them bigger than they'd ever been with Gabriel. But here's the technical issue. He saved them primarily as a singer, not as a drummer. He was already their drummer when Gabriel left. His drumming didn't save Genesis. His voice did. Let's take a quick breather here. What's been the most important save for you so far? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear which band you think owes everything to their drummer. Number 4, Scott Travis. By 1989, Judas Priest was in serious trouble. Their attempt to modernize with synth-heavy albums like Turbo in 1986 had alienated their core metal fan base. Ram It Down in 1988 was a commercial disaster. Original drummer Dave Holland was fired for inconsistent performances and personal issues. The metal gods were on life support, and the emerging thrash scene was making them look obsolete. Then Scott Travis from Racer X got the call. Travis brought double bass ferocity that Priest had never had before. His first album with the band, Painkiller in 1990, is considered one of the greatest heavy metal albums ever made. The title track alone reset the standard for extreme metal percussion. Travis's drumming made Judas Priest heavier than bands half their age. Metal Hammer declared, "Scott Travis saved Judas Priest from irrelevance and proved the old guard could still destroy." Without Travis, Priest likely breaks up in 1990, remembered as 80s has-beens. Instead, they became immortal legends who influenced every metal band that followed. Number 3, Nico McBrain. Iron Maiden was already successful when drummer Clive Burr left the band in 1982, but they were at a critical crossroads. Burr had been integral to their sound on classics like The Number of the Beast. The band was about to embark on their most ambitious period, attempting to break America and record increasingly complex progressive metal albums. They needed someone with serious chops and stamina. Nico McBrain from French band Trust got the call. McBrain's powerful, precise drumming elevated Iron Maiden to their greatest commercial and artistic success. Power Slave in 1984 became one of the defining metal albums of the decade. The Live After Death tour, an album that followed, made Maiden one of the biggest metal bands on the planet. McBrain's playing on epics like Rime of the Ancient Mariner proved he could handle anything Maiden threw at him. Guitar World wrote, "Nico McBrain didn't just replace Clive Burr, he made Iron Maiden unstoppable." Without McBrain's arrival at that crucial moment, Maiden might have stalled out. Instead, they conquered the world. Number 2, Dave Grohl. Nirvana's 1989 debut Bleach sold barely 5,000 copies. The band cycled through multiple drummers, Chad Channing, Dan Peters, and several others who couldn't handle the job. None of them could match Kurt Cobain's vision or handle his dynamics, the quiet, loud, quiet structure that defined Nirvana's sound. The band was close to breaking up when Buzz Osborne from the Melvins recommended his friend Dave Grohl in September 1990. Grohl's explosive power and precision transformed Nirvana completely. Producer Butch Vig said, "The second Dave started playing, I knew everything had changed. He hit harder than anyone I'd ever recorded. Nevermind in 1991 sold 30 million copies and changed rock music forever." Grohl's drumming on Smells Like Teen Spirit became one of the most recognizable and powerful performances in rock history. Without Grohl, Nirvana remains an obscure Seattle band that almost made it. With him, they literally changed the world and killed hair metal overnight. This is as close to a perfect save as you can get. Number 1. Neil Peart. Rush's 1974 self-titled debut went nowhere. The album sounded like a third-rate Led Zeppelin clone trying too hard. Original drummer John Rutsey wanted to play simple blues rock. Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson wanted to experiment with progressive rock and complex arrangements. Creative conflict was tearing the band apart. Their label gave them one more album to prove themselves. Rutsey quit 2 weeks before their first major tour, and 18-year-old Neil Peart joined in July 1974. Everything changed instantly. Peart brought literary lyrics inspired by science fiction and philosophy, complex concepts, and virtuoso technique nobody had seen before. Fly By Night in 1975 established Rush's progressive direction. "2112" in 1976 made them superstars. Moving Pictures in 1981 went quadruple platinum and produced some of rock's most enduring songs. Peart didn't just save Rush, he transformed them from bar band imitators destined for obscurity into one of the most important and influential rock bands in history.